So we thought we'd do a catch-up video with you guys, just so you can know what we've done since we moved in this house. We're going to go through the entire house and we're going to start with the front garden. You can see we've got a load of earth and hardcore, which is a process from the rear garden. When we moved in, we had all bobbly render on the front, which I believe was sand and cement. We've hacked all that back. We've put new K-rend over, which we think is lovely. We've also installed brand new double glazing windows and a front door. And if you can remember right back to when we first bought the house in 2023, or actually 2022, that's a wrong date, we stripped off the roof and put a whole new roof on, which I think really pops out compared to the other houses down on the street. Another part of our plans was to build this porch. As you can see, it's half finished. All that's left to do is to clad it and finish the tiling in this front section. And along with cladding the porch, we're also going to do the same cladding for the little gable end on this overhang out here. So in this porch, we've actually given ourselves a bit of a cupboard area. The plan is to build this up in hardcore and some concrete. We're going to put some nice old school tiles, we're thinking black and white, and a bit of a bullnose edge out here. And then from there, we're going to possibly stick some sort of cupboard door on here, and then just clad the inside with ply and have a nice storage area for parcels and any deliveries like that. Within this cupboard also, we've got a power source ready for our EV charging. And then we've also got just a double socket for doing things like jet washing, trimming hedges, whatever you need. So we've got power up the front. So let's take you on through to the house. When we first moved in, guys, we had two timber double doors externally by here, and then just a bit further in, roughly about by here, we had another timber and glass partition with a door in. That's all gone now. Wasn't very nice. But instead, we decided to open up this roof into a vaulted ceiling, and we've also installed a nice skylight. So you're probably thinking, why is everything so white at the moment? So we haven't painted the skirtings just yet, and we've only put a base coat of white on the walls. We're going to decide the colour scheme further down in the future, but it's nice and clean and tidy for now. You may notice our gas meter is still exposed. The whole idea of this is we're going to build some sort of cupboard, maybe a seating area to take your shoes off, but that's another project for down in the future. One of the improvements we done for the hall was sticking a large hatch. Previously we just had metal little ladders, a nice 600 by 600 square opening. I've made it wider and longer with nice timber ladders that come all the way down, and they're nice and secure. So on my left, which is your right, we've got our master bedroom, which is going to end up being the baby's room. So Natasha will insert some clips of what it looks like. And then over on the right, this will be the final master bedroom. And that is currently our mess room. This is where I'm still doing all my work, all my cutting, all my storage. We've actually started the wardrobes. We put all the base in, we put all the wardrobe system in. It just needs finishing. You can probably see up on the ceiling, we've got all the pins and lines in. That's ready for the coving, which we've got some here. Same as in the front room, exactly the same system. It's gonna look nice. We're gonna go back down to the hallway. On the right again, just after the first bedroom, we've got our bathroom. So if anybody can remember back when we first moved in, there was a bit of a wall coming in here, returning down this way, and this was actually just a back bedroom with a window further back. But we've knocked all that through, put up a stud wall, and we've created this 1700mm wide by 3.5 meter long bathroom. The first thing we done was design our wet area, which is going to be the shower on the floor and the bath on a little upstand. So this room in here is absolutely completely tanked on all the concrete on the walls, and the tanking comes out to about by here. So you're never going to get any sort of leaks. And we've used it for the last 6 odd months, and it's probably the best idea of this house we've had. As you can see at the moment, we've just got a table with a bit of storage, and we haven't got our sink. So we've still actually got to finish building that hidden storage, and then I've also got to build some sort of sink vanity unit, and that'll be it done. We're actually going to do a full video on the bathroom because we've got lots of footage that we haven't uploaded, and we're trying to do one solid video of start to finish bathroom renovation. Back into the hallway, we've actually got what I call our mini plant room, which is not quite a plant room, but it's a bit of a mess. So we've actually got our underfloor heating manifold right by here, hidden by all this. And then we've also got our electric consumer unit up here. We're just going to end up boxing this in with cupboards, utilising the area as storage, towels, coats, shoes, whatever we need. We've actually got all the materials to do this. We've got all our 18mm MDF, our 12mm MDF, and we've actually got a 12mm sheet of birch ply, which is going to be for a project Natasha's actually doing all on her own. Let's go into the extension. Before we actually come all the way through, if any of you can remember, this used to just be a window right here. We had our toilet down in the corner, and we had a little shower just to Natasha's left, and that was our bathroom. This is the extension of the dining room area that we've designed. So this used to be the back of the house. All this extension is brand new. There used to be a window roughly by here, and we've actually knocked through to create a doorway, which is our utility. So this is the stud wall we were on about. We divided the old bedroom. We've got our tumble dryer, washing machine. Eventually we'll have another sink on this unit by here. And then we've also got soil stack in here, where we're going to have a little toilet, but that's another project again for the very far future. So if we make our way out, you guys probably noticed we've got some samples attached to this door. So we really like the idea of a hidden pantry. Not a pantry, it's a hidden utility. So we've got some different samples. We're still thinking of what colours to go for, but that's sort of the idea from this unit all the way down this wall, and then we're going to end up stopping the cladding by here. So it'll just be a nice feature wall with no door visible. And then moving on to our DIY kitchen. So it's all in apart from the door here. As you can see, we've got very cheap temporary worktops. At the time of doing the kitchen, we just needed worktops, and we didn't want to spend thousands on worktops, so they'll end up getting ruined. So we've got everything in. We've got a new hob, got a temporary sink, and we're going to end up having possibly corium worktops, or if Natasha can persuade me, we might have granite. The only thing remaining for me to do in this kitchen area is to build a bulkhead out level with the front of these large units, straight across, and put our spotlights in, and then we can decorate that in to match the colour of the units. So one of the areas that we need a lot of detail doing and work on is under here. We've got these open shelf units. We're actually going to buy some sort of possibly fluted or veneered doors, completely different to what we've got on the kitchen. And because we're having a waterfall edge, it's going to be all enclosed in with a nice wooden effect panel across. The one thing we said to our architect when we were planning the extension was natural light as much as possible. So what he's done for us is actually put one massive skylight above this walkway, and you can see how much light is letting in, bouncing off the units. It looks lovely. And then he's also replicated the same size skylight over here, which also allows more light over in this area and into the snug. So we're going to take you over into the snug, which actually used to be the old sitting room. The main feature of this is our fireplace. We've hacked right back to the brick, raked out all the black mortar and repointed in a lime mortar. Unfortunately, the bottom half of this was just too far gone. There was mixed match bricks everywhere, broken bricks, massive holes, loads of cement. So the easiest thing we think to do is just overclad it, put some sort of mantle around the top, and then we're going to put a plaster or micro cement finish on this, and we might do a lime wash on it. Again, just like the bathroom, we're going to do a full video on the fireplace on its own because we've got so much footage of cleaning it up and just boxing it all in. So once we've finished it, we'll do one full video on this. In the snug, the entrance used to actually be over here, in here somewhere. There we go, that's the door boarded up. We used to come in through this room, and right over here was the doorway into the kitchen, which Natasha would have been standing in now. For the snug area, we wanted it not too dark, but we didn't want it too bright either. This is Ancient Sandstone by Dulux Heritage Range, which is a nice matte sandy colour. Makes the room a bit darker, but not too dark, and it keeps it a bit airy at the same time. So I'm going to make my way back through to what used to be the kitchen. So if anyone can recall, there used to be kitchen worktop all the way across here and across this back wall, and there used to be a tiny little window right here and a little fraction of a vaulted ceiling, and it went across. We actually took all the rafters out of that, put new rafters in, put a massive steel across, knocked that wall out. We actually knocked the gable end of the kitchen wall out because it was all crumbling and you could literally pull it apart with your hand. We've put in this beautiful 2.4 metre window, 1800 wide, floor up to the steel, and it lets in lots of natural light and is absolutely perfect. So we're going to move into the actual extended area of the house. You would have seen in our last video the table being done, which we think looks lovely. And we're also going to be doing a bit more on this window seat, but we'll come back to that in a bit. So we're going to work our way outside and show you what we've done out there. We've got these 3 metre by 2.4 metre sliding doors, both of them slide, and you can have them both open at the same time. So you can have 2 walkways out. This allows lots of air in the summer, especially when you've got the skylight open down by the front door. So we're just down the side of the house, guys. This is the window into the utility, and we've got the window into the bathroom, which we knocked through and put in. This actually is the end of the house where it used to be, and all this is the extension, which we've had sand and cement render, which is a bit cheaper than the K-rend, just because you're not going to see it as much. It's not the front of the house, and we've just painted it to match the K-rend. The floor down here is an absolute mess from all the drainage I've done and all the digging we've done, so this is another project for next year when the summer comes back round. A lot of you who've been watching will be familiar with the garden progress, what we've done this summer. If you haven't, go back and watch those videos. To get the garden like this, when we first moved in, everything was overgrown. We had to take back loads of hedges, bushes, get rid of a shed, and that was quite a long time ago. We've actually this summer got a digger in after we built our office, and we graded out the whole land. We took it down 300 odd mil, and then we've also created timber sleepers just to make a different level in the garden, bit of a feature. One of the very first bits of building we done was this office. It was 7 metres by 4 metres. That was a godsend, especially when we were doing the renovation, because we actually ended up sleeping in the office for over a year. So as we walk through this garden, this idea is sort of a courtyard feel. So we've built this big 2 metre by 2 metre planter in the centre. We're going to end up doing hit and miss slabs with sort of like big chunky grout lines, and we're going to be using the same Cotswold stone in between, just so it looks nice. And then up in this area we just created a seating area with a bit of a cheap pergola. This is going to be the main sort of relaxing area. This gets sun pretty much all day long, and then from there we're going to have a bit of a shed, put up some sort of like batten screen to hide it, and that'll be pretty much the garden wrapped up. We still haven't cladded the office 3 years later, but we're going to do it in the same cladding that we're doing out the front, and we're also going to use that cladding on this wall here, which is going to step out from the render, go right to the end, and just create a bit of a different texture just as the sand and cement render. And then the final bit of the garden, we're going to have just a bit of a lawn here. We've got our flower beds, and just get a bit of greenery in the garden just to make it look nice for the summer. That is a recap of the bungalow from when we bought it up until now. As you can tell, we're not quite finished yet, but we're heading in the right direction. And as always guys, if you liked the video, leave a comment and a like below, and don't forget to subscribe. We've also noticed there's a new feature called hype, so if you really enjoyed this video, don't forget to hype up the video, as this allows more people to see our videos. In next week's video, we're going to be doing some more joinery to do the finishing touches.